Hey everyone, it's Ben Hardy here, and in today's going to be reviewing a Jeep Wrangler Rubicon 392. Before we get into this video, I want to give a huge shout out and thank you to the Doug Smith Dodge Ram Jeep Chrysler here in American Fork, Utah. Now I do also want to mention this particular vehicle is still available for sale, so if you're interested, just reach out to them. I'll include a link to their website in the description down below. And if you don't know, the Doug Smith Dodge Ram Jeep Chrysler does not charge any markups on any of their product, including the 392s and the TRXs. So if this one doesn't work for you for some reason, then you can order one from them with no markup. Just reach out to them. And then on a side note, if you want to save time and money the next time you purchase a car, link to my car buying guide in the description down below. Let's get into it. Powering this is a naturally aspirated 6.4 liter Hemi V8 that goes through an 8-speed automatic transmission. Fuel economy is 13 around town and then 17 on the highway. I do want to mention I have an Extreme Recon 392 and I average 16 miles per gallon with 35, so just putting that out there. Anyways, power outputs 470 horsepower and then 470 pound-feet of torque. Now, before we go over the front end, I do want to mention if you want to see more videos just like this, then I recommend you subscribe because I post content every single day. So starting with the hood, you guys can see the 392 badges. They're on either side, and then we got the Hydro Guide here in the center, which is just such a cool look. We've got the LED lights here on this, and then we got Jeep signature front grille, which is changing for the 2024 model year. And then you guys can see we've got the upgraded bumper. Yep, that means business. And then you got the gold tow hooks. Putting it all together, I'm just such a fan of the 392 package. It's the best looking Wrangler ever. It's just my opinion. Popping on the side here, our tire and wheel setup is 285/70, 17 in the front, and over in the rear, we've got the beadlock capable wheels. So yes, this one has the 33s. The Extreme Recon package obviously gives you 35s with the Rubicon 392, and we'll talk about during the driving portion if these 33s are enough or if you should go for more. But anyways, we got the fender flares here, Rubicon logo, you got the Jeep logo as well, and then notice the mirror also matches the door handles in terms of the coloration, and then we do have the rock rail protection. And then here's your full side view with the 392. Obviously it has that cool lifted Jeep look, and again it's got the aggressive off-road tires as well to match. So here's our key fob. We have our unlock function or lock function, remote starts. We got the Jeep logo here on the back, and then you also have the flip out key as well, which just adds to the fun. And then popping into the rear, you guys can see that it's pretty easy to open it, and look at that little chart there on the back. And we got the glass as well. Storage space back here with the full 4-door is great, and by the way, you can only get the 392 in a 4-door. And then you got the roll cage, which obviously is painted. That also looks cool. We got the taillights here on the back, LEDs, and then you guys can see the spare 33 here, again with more of the bronze accent. I realized I called those gold earlier. When I say gold, I mean bronze. Anyways, we got the receiver hitch here, and we've got parking sensors on the back. Putting it all together, obviously it looks pretty much like every other Wrangler, but there are some subtle cues like the bronze accenting, and then you got the exhaust tips as well, which are pretty aggressive. Now this is completely random. I was about to pop inside, and then I took a look at the shocks. The 33 package used to come with Fox shocks. Now it has the Mopar shocks. Weird. Now popping inside, you got the leather trim with the bronze stitching, and then you can see here with the little net. And then I like the soft touch here in the Wrangler. Then we got the leather seats, which definitely have a smell to them. You got the stitching that goes throughout. I wish you guys could smell through camera. That's a really weird thing to say, but it'd be cool. You got the rubber floor mats down below, and then we got our vents here in the center. You've got your window controls, then full power outlet. And I guess I'll quickly hop in for all of you. There's your legroom. There's your headroom. Now here's the front door panel. You guys can see again with the stitching and the leather trim. Got your mirror adjustment, you got your door lock and unlock, blind spot monitoring for the mirrors as well. And then taking a look at the front seat, you can see the leather trim, Rubicon 392, and then look at all of the leather down below. And then your seat adjustments, they are all manual. Now taking a look at the steering wheel, we've got really nice leather trim all around. I like how you've got like the perforations here. It just feels really cool in your hands and it looks great. Paddle shifters here on the back for the 8-speed automatic. We've got radio controls on the back of the steering wheel as well. This has adaptive cruise control. You get controls for the center stack. And speaking of center stack, here is the center gauge cluster. You guys can see here in the very center, we can scroll through these menus, see different bits of info on it. I do like the off-road stuff. That's always fun to see, but overall pretty cool setup. And then in reverse, we do have a backup camera with trajectory lines that turn with the steering wheel, and it looks like this one just has the backup camera. Yeah, heated seats and heated steering wheel though. Dual zone climate, with this, and overall response time with the screen is great. And then we got more bronze stitching here on the top of the dash, and then you guys can see here with the painted gray trim. And then right over here, we've got our analog controls for the radio, dual zone climate controls, heated seats, heated steering wheel. This is to make the exhaust louder or quieter. And speaking of exhaust, I will say I've got the AWE on mine, and I definitely recommend that. Just kind of cleans up the overall look, and it sounds fantastic. Got your off-road cruise control, and you got window controls down below, and then we've got little USBs and everything. And of course, being a Rubicon, we've got front and rear lockers, as well as a sway bar disconnect, off-road plus, and then 4 auxiliary switches. Now, if you don't know, the Rubicon 392 is 4-wheel drive only, so there's no 2-wheel drive, but you have 4-wheel auto, 4-wheel high part-time, neutral, and 4-wheel low. And then we've got our shifter for that 8-speed automatic, a couple cup holders, and look at the parking brake. Got the nice brown stitching there. And then you can see here at the center console, got solid storage space there. And then popping over the glove box, that's solid. Got the grab handle here. And then up top, we do have top insulation with this one, and then obviously the hard top, so you can take off these pieces pretty easily. The back, you do have to use tools. Now, taking a look at the window sticker here, you guys can see the base MSRP of the 392. Yep, it's gone up a little bit since this first came out. Now, that's the standard axle ratio. If you get the Extreme Recon, you upgrade to a 4.56 axle ratio. But here's the optional equipment on this particular one, which got the upgraded windshield. $86,125 is the total MSRP on this one. And like I said, no markup on this. And like I said, if this one doesn't work, then just reach out to them and you can order one. It would be a 24, not a 23, because 24 ordering is open now and 23 ordering is closed. You guys get the point. Let's take this one out and drive it. We are setting off here on the 392, and I guess I'll quickly show you guys visibility through both the mirrors, which do have blind spot monitoring, and then the rest of the rear. And yeah, if you watch the channel, you guys know that I own a 22 392. Mine's the Extreme Recon in Tuscadero pink. I absolutely love the vehicle. That is now, I think, the oldest vehicle in the garage, if I'm not mistaken. The fact that I have owned that for longer than any other car on the channel, or at least any other car that I currently have, I think it should show you how much I appreciate the 392 Wrangler. It is such a beast. Just listen to that. It's so fun. And one thing I do want to mention is the visibility in Wranglers in general is just so good because it's a block of cheese. You got a bunch of upright windows, so it's just easy to see all around. But yeah, just fun to hear the rumble. But if you ever get annoyed with the exhaust, you can still kind of hear the V8, but it's very muted. It really pulls back quite a bit, and so I wouldn't call it a luxury experience, but it can definitely give you a more reasonable experience. But I think having the valves open is the way to go, because it's so fun. This is just such a good engine. I mean, this is already, I feel like, a legendary engine, but you know, once this is fully discontinued, yeah, people are gonna remember this for quite some time. It's so torquey. Now I'm just creating a little bit of space between me and these V-dubs. Okay. So I know a lot of people might be wondering, is there a big difference between Extreme Recon and not? And the honest truth is, around town you don't really know. I mean, you kind of notice a little bit of a difference, but not a huge difference. But yeah, when you're going on the interstate and accelerating, it's still very powerful and very quick. It just doesn't have the same punch as the Extreme Recon. Again, that more aggressive axle ratio really helps out. And by the way, on the highway, you do get more noise than a regular vehicle because you can take half the vehicle apart, but the top insulation does help. So to sum things up, I think that the Extreme Recon looks fantastic. I think this drives amazing, and this has the coolest engine in an off-roader by far. It's such a fun vehicle. Me personally, I've loved owning mine, and I mean, I'm not selling it as of right now, right? Again, it's the oldest vehicle in the fleet. The fleet, whatever you want to call it. That feels so weird to say. Anyways, the point that I'm trying to make here is so much character. And so if you can afford one of these, I think that, you know, it's at least worth experiencing at least once. Because here's the deal is, worst case scenario, you end up not liking it. These things have really good resale value, so it's not like you're gonna lose a ton of money on it. Right? It's not like it's not like other, you know, vehicles that are in this price point that lose half their value right in a few years. It's a Wrangler, and it's a Wrangler with a V8. It'll hold. Let me know what you guys think about the 392, but I think this is one of the most special vehicles ever created.